WV Uncommon Place. This podcast is a variety podcast that cover mental health, empowerment, podcast framework, and various intimate theories to get to know the hosts. Along with occasional movies reviews and dives in pop culture with our event podcast episodes. The Uncommon Place digs into bringing guests on that stories don't fit the mold and are very different. WV stands for the great state of West Virginia, and every quarter we cover something in West Virginia. Stacey and myself, JR, are your hosts, so please come along for this venture to our Uncommon Place.
Hey everybody, it's me, JR. I'm back again. And this episode is entitled, I Hurt Your Heart, Podcaster. Now, we're out here, and this is something that's happened to me in the last year and a half. I did my first speaking engagement. It became my last speaking engagement for a while because I learned something. I learned that I was teaching people the wrong thing because I learned the wrong thing. And the one thing that we are making a huge mistake about is we're copying templates instead of building our own identity. And how I'm saying that is this real simple. We all like to listen to these gurus, because I thought about like what I was saying, and I had to retool the actual speech I gave because I didn't want to have the cookie cutter formula. People tell us do 30-minute episodes, have a hook at 2 minutes, or use this exact intro script. And in doing so and listening to other shows, sometimes I hear this formula so much that the shows don't have authenticity or originality to me. And they start sounding like every episode in the niche they're in. And it's nothing that rings to me. It's nothing but template. I can tell it's a template. There's no personality. There's no real story to it. So one thing I would say is build a structure, but customize it to what you want it to be. And keep your format flexible and true to your voice, not YouTube's playbook, not what everybody's trying to tell you to do. Now, another thing that I'm about to throw out here, and this one is going to rock a lot of people's world, is prioritizing monetizing too early. Some people will be like, get paid from day one or launch with a sponsor. You can do those things, but certain mitigating factors along with the pressure of having high numbers will hit your creativity level and mess you up somewhere. And it'll shift your focus from building authenticity, and it'll also hurt the audience loyalty. And you can drive listeners away early with forced ads or relevant sponsors that don't make sense. So one thing I'll say here, earn the trust, build a community or structure that makes sense for you before you chase revenue. Monetization should fit your growth, not force it. Because if you don't follow that motto, it will sting you. Now, one thing that a lot of people will think works is the one-size-fits-all growth hack. I am telling you this from personal experience, because people will be like, post clips daily, SEO your title this way, da-da-da-da. Algorithms change so much and trends fade so fast. Blindly applying someone else's strategy kills your momentum. So what we do over here with the two podcasts, Spares Under Review and WV Uncommon Place, we go a little bit harder into it. We test multiple strategies. We analyze those things. We build a system tailored to our audience, not a generic formula. Because too many people do that. They think that, we're putting on clothes. You're not putting on clothes when you're building systematic growth or your workflow, the things that make your show possible. Now, the thing that hurts other people in podcasting is sometimes I hear these business podcasts in general, they focus on metrics, the funnels, and the conversion rates. Now, that's fine. But when you worry about that stuff, you're turning your show into nothing but a content mill. And I found myself doing it at once with TikTok, for instance. What I was putting on YouTube, I was putting on TikTok. Listeners are going to come in. They're not numbers. I don't care if Terry from Toledo is listening. I've got Donna from Arizona listening. And the analytics became an obsession. How better can I improve the show with this? I was worried about followers, and I was treating my audience like they weren't friends. And I started getting more deep into covering, not realizing that ever so often what made my show what it was. I got on here, I told you what was going on with me, and then I went over into struggles with other people, and then we went into pop culture, different things that made us well-rounded instead of me just going to straight-up life coaches, interviewing everybody and their mama. I forgot the main focus of why we're here, the community of learning from these people, but also hearing bits and pieces of my story and how this stuff plays out with me. So I will even admit I ignored the human side. And the last thing, I forgot where I started. I forgot what made me who I am. I forgot about the energy that I possess and the meaningful topics that I cover for me and you and us all. But like I had a series called the Why series. I covered entertainment things and I asked the question, why did this have to leave? Why did it leave media? Why did this go there? And why this went other ways? So in tying this up, I know that I do quick episodes here and there. And like I said, once again, this is something I'm known for. I don't do very long 30-minute episodes. I'm not Dolomite out here in the streets. Shout out to Too Much Game Podcast because he can do a whole hour by himself. I can't. I hit you with these little quick grabs. And this is something I want to resonate with people. So like, subscribe, but do me one favor. Give me some feedback on Spotify or wherever you listen so I can know what we need to improve on or what we maybe need to bring back. So on that note, I'm out of here.
Please follow WV Uncommonplace on Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, TikTok, where we have some great content, Facebook, LinkedIn. Hit up the merch store at onecommonplace.square.site. Join the email list from the website and rate, subscribe, and give feedback from your favorite podcatcher. And lastly, thanks for listening and tune into the next episode.